I had an uncle, and he truly was an uncle. He was somehow related through my mom. And when I was about 15 or 16, I did not live with my parents. I lived with other family members, and somehow it was all tied together, and they knew him too. And we ended up at his house maybe 2 times. And he was really a fun guy. He was really, I guess, a kind of a neat guy from what I remember. I mean, there was never anything wrong. But something that that stood out was the one time we had gone over, and I guess it was for like a Super Bowl party. Not exactly sure, but there was cake and a lot of drinking. And he had this halo. And I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like this metal apparatus that they screw into your head to keep your head and your spine, I guess, and everything in alignment. Not exactly sure, not medical here, just what I think I know. And he had one of those, and it was a car wreck or a motorcycle wreck, something like that. Anyway, so we're all over at the house, and they're playing cards, and the football game's on, and we're eating some kind of birthday cake or something. I don't know what's going on. And he keeps leaning back in these chairs, just leaning back. They would have like 4 legs, so like dining room chairs, and he would keep leaning back, and he would take them in the living room and lean back. He would take them to the dining room, he would lean back, drinking his beer. And his spouse or girlfriend or whoever it was that was with him at this time was just like, you've got to stop doing that. You know what happens. Well, one thing about the halo is where the screws went in, the wounds look like they were fresher than maybe they needed to be. So I found that interesting. Well, later on I found out why. She keeps getting on to him for leaning back in these chairs, and eventually he does exactly what she was worried about. Falls his ass over, drunk off his ass, falls over, falls out of it, hits the floor, hits the wall, kaboom, he's down. She goes over there, the halo's all crooked, and she's just like, I am not going to the emergency room, I'm going to straighten you out like I did last time, you know, are you okay, and all this stuff, and are you paralyzed? And he sits up, and he's drunk as a skunk, and he's like, no, I'm not paralyzed. And they would have somebody kind of come over and hold his head, and she would take the frame and straighten it back to where the screw holes were supposed to be. And it wasn't a lot. I mean, I'm not talking a big chunk, or they would have been more careful and considerate than that. It was just a little askew. But that's because he kept doing it. He was always sitting in the chairs. He's always drinking. And apparently, more than one time, he has fallen over and crooked his halo. They used to go to the doctors and then quit and start taking care of it themselves. So I always found that very interesting about my drunk uncle and the day that he had to have his halo straightened, and I witnessed that. So he's passed away since then, and I rest in peace. And probably have another halo, because I think you were a pretty good guy from what I know. You know, we weren't a close family, so I don't know, but we're just going to have to hope your heart was in the right place, and that you're doing okay, and you got a halo that's not so stabilized. Them screws look horrible. Anyway, God bless anybody that's wearing one of those or anything else. Have a good afternoon. Bye.